Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the post-Survivor Series edition of NoDQ&A Video right here on NoDQ.com, as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A Video's affiliate, RingsideNews.com. If you enjoyed today's video, please share it on social media. Got a lot of topics to cover today regarding Survivor Series. Make sure you stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest regarding the pay-per-view and what's next in the world of WWE. Submit your nominations in the 16th annual NoDQ.com year-end awards. Go to NoDQ.com/polls or click the link in the description box. Now that I got all that out of the way, let's get down to your questions. First one today comes from Tristan Quick. Is having Sheamus as champion a smart way to make fans loathe him so much that they'll cheer for anyone, including Reigns, when beaten? That seems to be the mindset in WWE. By having Sheamus as champion, you want to root for Roman Reigns to get the title. But in my opinion, it's just absolutely ridiculous that you make Sheamus such a champion that you want anybody to beat him and become the champion. I mean, the idea of it is just mind-boggling. WWE should have booked Sheamus as a credible contender to the WWE title. From the moment he won that briefcase, he should have been protected. He doesn't have to lose every single match. You can have him lose a match every now and then, but you want to protect the guy so when the time comes that he does cash in and wins a title, the title has some credibility at least. And at this point, the title has no credibility, none whatsoever. The title has been cheapened by a guy who's basically been portrayed as a mid-carder holding the title. And in my opinion, I have no interest in seeing Roman Reigns beat Sheamus for the title. I felt Roman Reigns looked weak by losing to him, even though he had gone through 2 matches already. I felt Roman Reigns should have just beaten Sheamus, and that would have been the end of it, and you would have established Roman Reigns as the new WWE champion, and he would go on to the next level. To me, it was a huge booking mistake by WWE. This one comes from Kayfabe Candy Ass. While the matches are usually good, has the Money in the Bank gimmick run its course? I feel there's still things you can do with the Money in the Bank storyline. It's just a matter of being creative and coming up with something new. The problem is that WWE did almost an exact repeat of every other Money in the Bank cash-in, most notably SummerSlam 2013 when Randy Orton cashed in. I mean, it was a carbon copy, right down to the pyro and the fireworks and the big celebration and Triple H getting involved. It was just so ridiculous and so uncreative, and for people out there to even defend this, it's embarrassing because you're basically saying it's okay to accept mediocrity. Now, I understand if you're a new fan of WWE and you've only been watching the show for 6 months and you're not familiar with past storylines, then Sheamus cashing in on Roman Reigns seems cutting edge. But to the rest of us that have been watching WWE for years, we see it for what it is. WWE having no fresh ideas and just going to the well time and time again and repeating the same storyline over and over and over. And it's insulting. It insults the intelligence of the viewers by doing this and thinking that fans will accept it. Now, maybe WWE feels that fans will accept it. Maybe WWE feels that fans are stupid, that they are mentally handicapped, and they'll just watch whatever WWE throws at them. I really feel fans should be more vocal. You should not accept mediocrity. If WWE is not being creative, they need to be called out on it. That's just how I see it. And I think the Money in the Bank gimmick could be very entertaining if you just simply come up with some new ideas and do something that hasn't been done already. Alright, this one comes from DJ Witty. Yo Aaron, how else can Reigns improve if he's still not ready? To me, he's just about at his ceiling. Happy belated B-Day. Well, thank you for that. I think when it comes down to what to do with Roman Reigns, it's simple. You showcase his strengths and you hide his weaknesses. Roman Reigns can go out there and have good matches, and he is believable as this badass character that can come out and beat people's asses and you want to root for the guy. He's an ass kicker. Roman Reigns plays that role well. What he does not do a good job at is cutting promos and being involved in lame storylines that do nothing to help his character. So by doing these storylines where Roman Reigns keeps coming up short, it just hurts his character, and I feel that you need to go all the way with him. If you're going to make Roman Reigns a WWE champion and make him the face of the company, go all the way with it. By having Sheamus cash in on Roman Reigns, in my opinion, it's a half measure. And as Mike from Breaking Bad said, you should have gone the full measure instead of going the half measure. Alright, this one comes from Jimmy Shooker. Hey Aaron, should WWE have gone with the quarterfinals on the night of Survivor Series plus traditional Survivor Series match featuring Taker, Kane, and the Whites? Please answer in video. I feel that the way they did it was fine. The problem with the Deadly Games tournament back in '98, I'm a big fan of the one-night tournament concept, but I think it's best to do maybe an 8-man tournament in one night. Perhaps WWE could have done that with 8 guys, and you know, the quarterfinals would be the first round, then the semifinals, then the final match. But it's difficult because when you do that, you have a lot of matches on one show, and you have to rush through all the matches. You have shorter matches that aren't as good. So in a way, I do understand the idea of just doing the semifinals on pay-per-view, and I thought that that was fine. I didn't have a problem with that when it comes to Survivor Series. As far as doing a traditional match, absolutely. I felt it was so stupid to do just Undertaker and Kane versus 2 members of the Wyatt family when we all knew the other Wyatt family members would get involved. You know, you had Strowman getting involved. You had Eric Rowan getting involved. You might as well have done 4-on-4. You could have brought in a couple NXT guys. You could have had Finn Balor in there, you know, kind of like a passing of the torch. Undertaker and Kane, you know, aligning themselves and putting their stamp of approval on one of the new rising superstars in WWE. And you could have even done a clean sweep having the Undertaker's team win. In my opinion, that would have been way better, but you know, I do understand why WWE did it the way they did, so Bray Wyatt did not have to actually take the fall in the match, but it doesn't matter because nobody takes the Wyatt family seriously anyways. If Undertaker's and Kane are going to dominate the match, you might as well just help elevate somebody. You know, if Finn Balor was out there, you could have at least elevated him in the match, and you would have gained something out of it. Just my opinion. Alright, this one comes from Josh Fuller. Please answer in video. Surely it would have been better to have turned Ambrose Reigns heel and have them feud. Yeah, it would have, and don't call me Shirley, by the way. I think that Dean Ambrose was just a complete afterthought when this pay-per-view was over, and I suspected that was going to be the case. If you watch back the video that I did with Jeff Meacham when we gave our predictions, I had a gut feeling that Roman Reigns was going to win, and Ambrose would just shake Roman Reigns' hand, and that would be the end of it. But when we were talking about possible outcomes, we did bring up the idea of Sheamus possibly cashing in Money in the Bank, and I said, well, you know, you could just have Dean Ambrose make the save for Roman Reigns and prevent Sheamus from cashing it in. But WWE did not do that. There was no explanation of what happened to Dean Ambrose. He just disappeared. He apparently went to go have sex with Renee Young. I don't know. To me, it really hurt Dean Ambrose's character, because wouldn't he come out there and help his best friend from getting screwed out of the WWE title? It makes the Dean Ambrose character look like a complete idiot and unloyal to his best friend. I mean, it's just terrible writing. I mean, how hard is it to make logical sense in these storylines? Does WWE think fans are that dumb that they're just going to forget about Dean Ambrose and not wonder where the hell this guy is and why he's not helping his best friend? It's very weak writing on WWE's part. They have no thought process into what they're doing. It's embarrassing. I mean, how hard is it to come up with more logical, rational storytelling? I mean, it's not rocket science. It is professional wrestling. It doesn't need to make all that much sense. I just ask that it makes a little bit of sense and you make the characters stay true to themselves. If Dean Ambrose is best friends with Roman Reigns, he's definitely going to be coming out there, hauling ass to the ring and helping his friend and prevent Sheamus from cashing in Money in the Bank. to me, it just really made Dean Ambrose look like an unsympathetic character. I mean, why even care about this guy when he doesn't bother to help his friend? Alright, this one comes from Jared J. Smith. Hey Aaron Rift, what were the top 5 worst Survivor Series pay-per-views? Also, where would you rank this year's? This year's would definitely have to go in the top 5 for sure. I felt that 2013 was really bad, with the main event being Randy Orton versus The Big Show. I mean, come on now. 2010, Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett with Cena as the special guest referee. Just a complete waste of Wade Barrett. They had an opportunity to perhaps do something with John Cena and Nexus and maybe turn Cena heel. There were a lot of different creative ways WWE could have gone with that storyline. Instead, Cena just did the right thing. Wade Barrett lost, and that was the end of Barrett's push. 1993 was one of the weaker Survivor Series pay-per-views. I think I named 4. I felt that the 1989 Survivor Series was pretty forgettable in the WWE universe. There wasn't anything all that significant. I mean, as a kid, I enjoyed the pay-per-view, but looking back, I mean, there was almost nothing significant that happened on that pay-per-view besides Hogan and Zeus having another battle. So those would be probably my top 5 worst ones. And I will say I felt the 97 Survivor Series was very overrated. I mean, people seem to vote that as one of the better Survivor Series pay-per-views just because of the screw job. Yes, that pay-per-view was very historically significant, but the wrestling on the show was just horrendous. I mean, from top to bottom, it was a fairly weak card, and the main event was good, but the main event was what it was, and to me, that doesn't make that Survivor Series one of the better Survivor Series. So I do feel the 97 one is overrated. Alright, this one comes from Beast Slayer. Isn't it a shame that Cesaro will be out for a long time? It's not like WWE's booking will get any better. It's yet another low blow to WWE. It's yet another big loss for them. I mean, it's really, really bad timing. You have Seth Rollins out, you have John Cena taking time off, you have Randy Orton injured, and now you have Cesaro injured. It's just getting worse and worse for WWE, and Cesaro has been one of the highlights of WWE television over the past year, so for many hardcore fans out there, this is even a bigger blow to lose Cesaro. I mean, all we got left at this point is New Day. If something happens to one or two of the New Day members, it's going to be a disaster for a lot of us out there that find very few things satisfying about the current WWE product. At least with New Day, if one guy gets hurt, he can be out there as a mascot or a manager for the other two, so you can keep it going. But yeah, Cesaro, definitely not good. And Seth Rollins being out, I mean, both of them were two of the best things about WWE in 2015, and it's looking like both of them are going to miss WrestleMania at this point, which really sucks. So there's no way to say that this is good news for WWE. I would say it's good if WWE elevated some younger talent and we got to see somebody rise up and take the spotlight, but instead we're getting to see Sheamus and Roman Reigns, and probably Sheamus, Big Show, Roman Reigns triple threats, and more 6-man tag team matches with the same people every week, and it's just going to be the same old thing from WWE. So that'll wrap it up for this edition of NoDQ&A video. Not the most optimistic edition of NoDQ&A video, but gotta discuss these topics. Have to do my job here. I enjoy doing these videos and discussing wrestling with you guys. It's very frustrating. The current WWE product is frustrating to me. But it is my job to cover it, and I will continue doing so. But I honestly do not recommend people watching Raw or SmackDown. I would say turn off your television. Stop buying merchandise. Stop buying tickets. That's really the only way that WWE will make any real change. I have to watch because it's my job. The rest of you don't, and for a person that's been watching this for 30 years and has been very passionate about it, I do not recommend watching it. I would say go as far as cancel the network subscription. If you really want to stick it to WWE and you really want change from them, stop giving them money. Bottom line. So that'll wrap it up. I will see you guys next time for another edition of NoDQ&A video.